Imagine a time when the sky was a complete mystery, a puzzle that people tried to solve with myths and stories. This was centuries before powerful telescopes, before we had computers to do our calculations. But even then, a group of brilliant scholars and artisans were on a mission. They wanted to understand the heavens not through poetry, but through mechanics. In dusty medieval workshops, something incredible was happening. Craftsmen were building devices so complex, so intricate, that many who saw them thought they were magical. These weren't just pretty ornaments. They were powerful scientific engines, analog computers built to predict the paths of the planets, the phases of the moon, and even the exact timing of eclipses. In an age ruled by superstition, these machines represented a revolutionary idea. The universe wasn't just chaos, it could be modeled, measured, and understood through gears, ratios, and incredible craftsmanship. One of the most amazing examples of this appeared in the 14th century. An Italian physician and engineer named Giovanni de Dondi created a mechanical planetarium called the eclipses. It was a masterpiece, with over 100 moving parts, each one painstakingly shaped by hand. When a single wheel was turned, the entire machine sprang to life, mimicking the dance of the cosmos with breathtaking precision. But de Dondi wasn't the only one. All across Europe and the Islamic world, brilliant minds were building their own astronomical machines, blending art with mathematics. Their workshops became hubs of innovation, where scholars, mathematicians, and metalworkers collaborated, united by the belief that they could build a miniature version of the entire universe. So, who were the minds behind these incredible mechanisms? They were people living in a world of change, a time when ancient knowledge was being rediscovered. Manuscripts from the Islamic Golden Age were making their way into Europe, carrying with them centuries of advanced astronomical wisdom. European scholars eagerly studied the works of geniuses like Al-Zarqali and Al-Battani, learning techniques for calculating the movements of the stars with an accuracy they had never seen before. Armed with this new knowledge and their own local crafting traditions, medieval engineers began to build devices that completely defied the expectations of their time. But creating a working model of the solar system was incredibly difficult. It required a deep, profound understanding of gear ratios. A single tiny mistake in a calculation, a single tooth off on a gear, could throw the entire model out of sync over time. Imagine the challenge. To show the lunar cycle, you needed a wheel that completed one full turn every 29.5 days. For Mars, you needed another gear that took nearly 2 years to make its journey. To make this work, these craftsmen had to design complex, interlocking systems of wheels, pins, and rotating plates that could maintain their accuracy not just for days or weeks, but for decades. When we look at the surviving documents and diagrams from this period, the sheer complexity is staggering. Some of these machines used differential gearing, a concept that wouldn't reappear in industrial engineering for hundreds of years. Others incorporated complex astronomical tables that were surprisingly accurate, even though they were created long before Newton's laws of physics. The builders of these machines shared a powerful philosophy. If the universe operates according to laws, then human beings can replicate those laws with the tools they have. They were proving that the cosmos wasn't just a divine mystery, but a system that could be understood through logic, math, and human ingenuity. So if these machines were so brilliant, why did they disappear? Why isn't this chapter of history more widely known? As the world moved into the 17th and 18th centuries, the scientific landscape began to change. New scientific academies were formed, and the focus shifted from mechanical models to mathematical ones. Scholars started to prefer formulas and diagrams on paper. They were easier to copy, share, and preserve. A complex mechanical device, on the other hand, was a constant headache. It required expensive materials, specialized maintenance, and highly skilled workers to keep it running, all things that were hard to come by in an era without standardized parts. Tragically, many of these incredible instruments were lost to time. They were seen as old-fashioned, and their precious metal was more valuable for other things. So, they were dismantled, their intricate gears and plates melted down and repurposed. An entire era of scientific genius was almost erased. But it wasn't completely lost. Fragments survived. A broken gear discovered in the ruins of a monastery, a complex diagram hidden in the margins of an old manuscript, a passing mention in the journal of a traveling scholar. These small clues, pieced together by modern historians and engineers, have revealed a forgotten chapter in the story of human innovation. They tell us that people were building analog computers long before the age of electricity. These machines are a testament to the fact that curiosity, craftsmanship, and imagination have always been the driving forces behind science. Today, dedicated researchers have built replicas of these ancient devices, allowing us to see the past with new eyes. When you watch the gears turn smoothly, when you see the brass planets glide across a metal sky, you realize something profound. Our ancestors understood far more about the cosmos than we often give them credit for. Their machines didn't just calculate the positions of the stars, they were a physical embodiment of humanity's earliest and most brilliant attempts to model the universe itself. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the past as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories about the hidden history of science and technology. See you next time.